Hey, okay, here we are. We're out at the woods. We're on our rocks. We're at the river. You can see it behind us here. Oh, there's some bright light there. We got Stefan and I are the only two out here today. Hello, Stefan. Wave to the camera. Our first drills are going to start out here on weight shifting and foot control. First thing we're going to do is we're going to actually work on some landing skills, just the rudimentary skills in piecemeal. One is just going to be walking and traversing. Right, the other is going to be being able to land, so we're going to work on some jumps from here to here. We're going to work on traversing through this area and over there. We're going to be working on depth drops onto that round rock right there. That sucker's hard to land on and control. We got a couple other rocks that are very, very unstable, so what we're going to work on in this area is taking our feet, moving across here, working through the different various skills required to navigate this area, right, as you see where the feet go. So I'm going to bring Stefan over here. He's going to videotape me doing some instruction. And we'll start with our weight shifting and moving across unstable surfaces. Alright, so we're going to be working on some, in this area right here. So Stefan scanned through. We're going to work all the way up and down through here. The idea we're working on here is to actually develop our ability to shift our weight versus dropping our weight like we do when we do heel falls. So we're not doing that. So we have control of our body. And when you shift, just like I was doing there, the ground is going to come out from underneath it. So the way we do this is we actually move, reach, shift, load, shift our weight onto it, load, and then move around. Then we can actually move up onto things. This rock I've already fallen off of once. We'll work on drops, and we'll go down and control the drop. So the rock moved, I did not. So that rock. It makes doing all of this very challenging. And so people who do know that I have good balance know that I can do a lot of this stuff. I do this standing on both balls. Totally different challenge. So moving from rock to rock out here teaches us not to load our body by falling onto our feet, but to connect with the ground and then migrate across and say hi to the creature that just ran by. So you can see one of the critical things that we're doing, we're actually migrating up and down. And we're having to do this with very little sound, right? So as I'm stepping on these rocks, I'm going to show you how this one moves. Yeah, all of these are moving. So the center of gravity has to be lowered. We use our arms out here, like I'll show you real quick. So we get into this, I bet that was fun, this sort of floating position. And then watch Stefan, he's migrating upwards. I mean, it doesn't look like much, but if you mess this up, you break your foot. So broken foot tells you, oh, hey, maybe a little, that was good traversing. All right, show me what you got. Well, he was sticking it just a second ago. Nice. Okay, go a little lower and a little quicker. Yeah, there you go. Nice, again. Okay, so what we're going to do is work this whole section right here. So we got a few varied surfaces that we're going to work on. So we're going to engage the elevational turn, the drop and the catch, and the land, in conjunction with quick traversing of the various surfaces. So go ahead and scan right here. We're going to make a little circuit in both directions. You can see us doing this stuff right here. Developing more quickness. You only have nice sand. We're just developing a little bit more quickness here, so that our nervous system gradually gets calibrated to the different levels of challenge. So, let's start training. So we just went over the importance of keeping the hands out for balance, having the spine rounded, the center lowered, because he is going over some of these rocks which are large and they do move. Hands out a little bit. There you go. That was good. So we're going to work now on the long jump. One of the first things we do training, so we do high repetitions, we repeat the action over and over to improve the skill. We actually went through this section right here and looked for rocks underneath it. This is a fairly soft section, so we can actually take a little bit more risk with our long jumping. Long jumping is a way to navigate across the obstacles, open chasms. You have to long jump when actually navigating through, well, nature. Yeah, just take a look around, stand around, see over there, across the like this being across the street. You don't have to long jump. So what we're doing here is we're actually taking this section right here and we're working on our long jump skills. So let's say we don't have a running start, so we'll work on a couple different ones. The first one is going to be a swing and leap, so it's going to be a stroke step. Okay. The other one will be running, and third grade we'll practice Okay, so I'm showing Stefan here how to do a spiral compression. Yeah, and he missed. You missed! Keeping that one so you know what a miss is. There you go. So remember, you're going to keep that spiral coming around so that it matches up with the compression, so that when you turn it into a linear vector, you get more oomph out of it. Do the other side. A critical component to any, especially out here where it's going to continuously get more and more risky as we get to more and more difficult challenges in terrain. You have to learn how to use the upper body contribution. The torso for mass and counterweighting, the compression expansion into the fascia through the lower limbs and through the erector spinae group. You also have to use torque and actually a spiral acceleration, I was going to say elevation, but a spiral acceleration to help you with elevation so that your arms control the direction in which you move. So he's going to spiral into this and try to create a spiral with a vector that goes forward. There, that was actually a great example. Stopping at that one. Okay, so now what we're working on is transitioning from one rock to another, working the same arm control. Use your arms a little more on the first move. So you're setting up your spiral compression on the first jump. There it is. There, see, that was it. Do it again. Yeah, okay, good landing. Alright, so the thing we're doing now is we're actually going to create this spiral motion, which Stefan was just working on, where he's going to do an easy progression just to move the spiral towards the rock left. So I'm starting here, I go here, turn the spiral, and I am facing the direction that I came in. Go up, watch my arm, so the arm goes here, compresses, and points in the direction that I want to go in. Alright, so we just went over a little instructional section where over here, Stefan was landing here with his left foot first because it was the forward leg, when he actually has to reverse it. So he has to go right to left, then spiral. There we go. That was good. We're going to reverse the spiral. So I'm going to start with the easier one first, which is to land with the right and go out here and reverse it this way. So what we're doing is we're rotating right, then trying to land and then reverse the rotation so that we're facing the direction that we want to go in. That's determined by the environment, not necessarily by you. That's why the training occurs out here versus on a flat ground in some pile boxes. It doesn't work that way. So, the other one is of course more difficult because now you're using the left leg is easier to spiral towards than the right leg is. So if I land with the right and then I go here, now I have to actually use a lot more hand motion. So I had to create that left rotating spiral, which also notice my entire system is now spiraled with a high open and a narrow and a lower tight. See how that works? That's how you get the rotation to work for you. Stefan's turn. Okay, so now what we're doing is we're working with the upper body mechanics to try to get his body to, so he's jumping straight forward, and then he's only using the spiral action of his upper body to get the motion to occur, or the rotation to occur only by spiraling the arm mechanics. So forward jump with torso, and then rotation occurring by the gyration of the appendicular skeleton of the upper body. Yay! One more. That was getting better. Okay, so we were working on controlling our leaping further back in a different location. Now we found another place we can land. We also have higher objects, larger rocks that we're going to be leaping off of. So first, before we go to things like turn-out slip, we're going to be leaping off of things like that, which is not on today's agenda. We will be leaping off of some of these. This one is well within my range of capacity right now. My legs getting stronger. The structure can handle it. But what we're going to work on is over here with Stefan. Leap into this area, just learning how to dissipate our landing forces. And we're going to use a rocking mechanism. So notice I did not land this way. Notice I landed this way. So, and I used my weak leg to demonstrate that I'm able to do that by the mechanic of the rock. So the landing action does this. And of course you can keep moving after that. All right, Stefan's turn. So I don't know if you guys noticed that rock is his shoulder height, and that is the minimum height that he has to be able to leap for Wuji training. That wasn't your best landing. The one before that was pretty good. Do it again. So what you're seeing here is a very interesting component where he goes, leaps, and then that was a good one. That was good, again. So now we're looking for a longer and a running start, so we can create a longer leap, but without high impact forces. So he's trying to distribute the impact force by landing with one foot and then rocking to the other foot and then making the compression then expansion into the next gate step. Right there, excellent. Okay, so what we're doing is I'm going to go over a little bit of the instruction. It's very similar to what we're doing off of the lower rungs. So we've gone from about a 4.5 foot to a long jump. This is longer. I mean, what was that? That's a good 8 feet-ish when you look at my body, right? So maybe 8 foot forward at an angle. What we're going to do now is we're going to work on more of the vertical landing. And the vertical landing is a lot like our leaping, where we actually have to do we can't do a bilateral land. It has to be a staggered land. The forces are too great. So you stagger it through feet to hand, feet to roll, or foot to foot and forward motion. So I'm going to show all three of those real quick. So we're working on dropping. So we're starting at about 5.5 feet right here. Not that big deal, but what we're working on is being able to transfer the landing forces into a vector that leads forward versus straight down, because otherwise the compression, like, would be bad. So what we want to do is turn the downward motion into, as it compresses, we want to turn the compression and the angle and move it forward so that we are not here, we're just passing through here and doing that with the body. Well, so here he goes, right here. Watch the mechanics. Down he goes, and you see the little woo. So it's a progressive dissipation of the landing forces. So Stefan's actually about to attempt his first jump, and what he realizes is, like, hey, getting up here is not easy. There he goes. You can see he's quite up in the air. Whoa, nice rollout. Hey, not too bad. Again. pretty sure I showed you the fastest way. There you go. Nicely done. Hold up. Yeah, so now what we can do is we can get a view from the trees. Now I'm way up in the boulders. Go ahead, Stefan. Show us what you got from on top. So you can see the free fall there. So now you get a perspective from his perspective. This is what it looks like. So we're dropping down quite a ways. Here he comes, and you can see him climb up with me. Here he comes. Keep going, Stefan. Up you go. There he is, a little higher there. There you go. And so he's trying out different techniques. And so what we're talking about with this particular set of drops, I mean, this is a severe depth drop. I'm getting at about 7.5, almost 8 feet, not quite. Well, it's further than 8 feet if you go forward. You count the forward trajectory. But what he's doing here is, you notice that even with the crawling in the little quick beast crawl, we're working on dissipating the impact forces. You can't just hit. Like, so we were just talking off camera about urban free runners. Like, they have the luxury of having flat mostly, you know, but almost all of their techniques are dissipatory, meaning that their impact, they use rolling, they use their hands, they'll let their feet swing through, you know, so it's not the same out in the woods. That's why I like the Red Bull team when they went to the woods from the urban environment. It's a totally different game. Yeah, the risk is a little higher out here, so some of the techniques have to be practiced under much more diligent and safe circumstances. It's also why we're working on in a sandy area for the severe depths. So we're not doing it this year, but in the near future, he'll be able to do anywhere from 15 to 20 foot drops. And I'm pretty sure probably by the end of this season's training. Oh crap! Nah, seriously?
Well, I'm like almost...
Well, so I just dropped off of that rock with effortless. So you got what? How high is your reach? Mine's 7, 8 feet-ish. So if you stand up to the rock, hey, not bad, not bad. That's the best I've done in about 6 years. Okay, I think we're recording. I'm hoping we're recording. So here he goes. We're just about 10, 12 feet up. I missed the last one. So here he goes. Down he goes. Yeah, it's on. We're out of battery. Oh, that was actually a little better. The other one had a roll in it.